Hello, good morning, and welcome to a day in the life of a reader with a 9 to 5. I work in corporate America. I'm a marketing and social media manager, and today I'm just going to take you through a day in my life. I've already woke up, done Pilates, and showered, and now I'm just going to do my skincare and do some light makeup for the workday. I don't like doing a ton of makeup because it is such a long day and I could get kind of uncomfortable, and my hair is straight from yesterday, so that's all we got to do to get ready for the day, and then we're going to pick out my outfit together. On the schedule today, I have a few one-on-ones, I have a team activity, and then I have a branding and marketing leaders sync, and then I have a meeting to plan Instagram stories, Pinterest, and then I have a social team sync just with my team. And then finally, right at the end of the day, I have a marketing senior leaders meeting. So I don't have a ton of time today to do like work tasks, like busy work. It's mostly just a meetings heavy day. And then tomorrow I'll be able to do a lot more like busy work and admin stuff. I go into the office 3 days a week and I work from home on Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. So I do try and put all of my meetings in person just so it's easier to collaborate. And because I took Monday off, I had a lot of impact today. For the makeup routine, I have that tinted sunscreen, and then I do just a little bit of this lip liner stain. It's not the best quality, honestly. I got it from TikTok Shop. So I think it's time for me to invest in some better stain because I do use it all the time. I just kind of line my outer lip. Sometimes I'll just do the stain all on my top lip, but most of the time I just do the outside and I don't really touch the corners because, like I said, the stain is not high quality, so it kind of bunches up there if I do. Then I do a little eyebrows. To me, lips and eyebrows are the most crucial, and then I feel put together. But I have broken out a little bit, so I'll probably do a little concealer today. After that, I go in with the brow glue, and I just kind of press them flat to stick to my face. Then sometimes I'll go in with this concealer, and like I said, today is one of those days just to cover some of the main areas, and sometimes I'll do a little under my eyes. The hair mostly held. My hair's naturally wavy, curly, so you can see underneath. I'm just gonna touch up a little bit. Just on top of that stain, I have the Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Pillow Talk, just to kind of blend. It's time to pick out my outfit for work, and with a long commute and sitting at a desk all day, I definitely prioritize comfort when I'm picking my outfit, and so I'm so grateful that Quince is sponsoring this portion of the video. Quince focuses on providing high quality products that stand the test of time. These are just going to be staple pieces in my closet. They're high quality, but they're at an accessible price. I know these pieces will be in my closet for years to come. First of all, I got this beautiful green dress. The material is so stretchy and it's just so flattering the way it fits my body. This could be a great option for work work just on its own, or I could layer it if I want to. For today's outfit, I'm going to start with these beautiful black ballet flats. They have these gorgeous little straps with the silver hardware, and these are so chic and professional. I think they would match with just about anything, and I could see myself dressing these up or dressing these down. They're very structured, but I was surprised by how comfortable they are. They have really good padding on the bottom, so I can walk around in these. I'm going to pair the shoes with these classic black trousers. They are long, comfortable, and so professional. The fabric is so gentle on the skin, and it has this convenient stretch at the back. As for the top, I have two options. The first one is this sleeveless cream top, and this has the same fit and style as the dress, which I'm just obsessed with. Or I could wear this button-up long sleeve dark cardigan that gives the look a bit of a monochrome moment, which I always love and gravitate towards. I love the look of this buttoned all the way up as well, and it's just so comfortable but still looks very professional. Here is the fit I'm going with. I'm going with the black buttoned up top, the black trousers, paired with these gorgeous ballet flats. If you're interested in shopping these pieces or seeing what else Quince has to offer, I have all the product names and links in my description, so be sure to check that out. And now it's time to head to work. This is my cutie little work bag, and it's pretty simple of what I bring. I'm bringing these wired headphones today because I can't find my AirPods at the moment. I also have my laptop and its little sleeve in here. I also have my work badge and my planner. I'll keep chapstick and lip gloss and stuff at work, but I have an extra in here. I almost forgot my wallet, but now we're good to go. We're on the road, and I do have a bit of a longer commute. It's almost an hour long, and on the way home it's over an hour. And I have a couple stops to make along the way today, so I left a little earlier than usual. I also need to stop at this party store to get balloons for a member of my team. It's her 1 year, and also it was recently her birthday. So I'm gonna get balloons for both of those occasions. And like I said, I have a really packed work schedule today. It's back to back. I also have a team activity. We're gonna go to lunch and then also run and get some cute desk accessories, like cute lighting for our desks, desk mats, you know, little trinkets, things like that. So that's our activity because we recently moved offices and it's a farther commute for me now. The one benefit of the longer commute is it does give me some time to audiobook and listen to books, so I'm going to be doing that on the way there. I'm currently listening to Never Whistle at Night, which is a dark indigenous anthology, which I've said this before, but I haven't read a ton of anthologies. I started this in the previous vlog I did, so it is a little bit of newer territory for me, but I saw it on Kalila's bookshelf and I said, why don't I give that a try? We have similar tastes. So that's how I ended up listening to that. But I will say, like, listening to an anthology can be a little bit hard just because it's like really choppy because you're jumping from story to story. There are different narrators for each story a lot of the time, so it just feels like a little choppy listening to it. So if you have the chance, I would probably recommend reading this one physically if you can, to make it feel a little more cohesive and follow along. But I am enjoying the audiobook. I think it's not my favorite book as of yet, but the thing with an anthology is you never know what story is going to come up next. So there might be a story coming up that I really enjoy. So that's what I'm going to be listening to. I also use this time to like listen to voice memos from Sarah and Kalila, catch up with friends. So it's a very productive commute, all things considered, and it's always better when I'm able to stop and get a coffee, which today is one of those days. Just to kind of overview what you saw with the morning routine, I wake up at 6 a.m. when I can. Usually I wake up at 6 when I am heading into the office, so I have time to do a little workout at home. Yesterday I did cycling, a stationary bike that we got off of Facebook Marketplace, and I love that workout. It's like a HIIT workout. I feel so exhausted and good after, so I do that, and then the day after cycling workout and try and do Pilates. So today I did Pilates and I just kind of rotate through those. I definitely do cycling more than I do Pilates, but I kind of try and break it up when I can. And then of course I shower, get ready for work, and that's basically my entire morning. I didn't have time to make my little protein drink I've been really enjoying recently. It's like this Sour Patch Watermelon Clean Simple Eats protein, and I just think it's so good. You just like mix it up in water. I just use like a blender bottle and shake it, but some people will froth it, and then I sprinkle a little salt and squeeze a lemon in it, and it's actually so good. Like, it's kind of tart, it's kind of sour, and I really love it. So that's something I've incorporated into my routine to get more protein. I'm gonna start listening to Never Whistle at Night, and then I'll of course voice memo my friends. Hi, good, how are you? Can I just do a medium iced blondie, sugar-free with caramel drizzle? Thank you. Good, how are you?
Good, good. Let's see. You have the medium sugar-free iced blondie, right?
Yes.
Awesome. There's that for you.
Thank you so much. We got the balloon secured. Now we just need to get to work. I did like a little gold and black theme and I got a little card for everyone to sign. So I ended up not listening to a ton of audiobook and I mostly just voice memo to Sarah and Kalila. I got like halfway through one chapter of Never Whistle at Night, but I stopped in the middle of a chapter. So I can't even remember what it's called. So I'll give you a little rundown after work about what I'm able to read today, just like a realistic, normal reading day, and I'll talk to you after. It's after work, but you'll notice it's a different day, and that is because somehow, don't ask me how I did it, I filmed my entire evening routine in slow motion. No clue how that happened, but we're here. It's Friday. Friday night is always fun, so it's not going to be as normal of a routine as like a weeknight, but because it's Friday night, we have some very fun plans, and we're going to see Project Hail Mary tonight, which I am so unbelievably excited for. It's like my most anticipated movie, so we're going to dinner before that as well, so I'm really excited. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, on Wednesday, what you missed, I was really excited to show you, but I dropped Kalila's birthday package off, which is a little bit late because I was waiting for one piece of it, but I dropped off her birthday package at the post office and got that shipped. It'll get there in like 2 more days. And I got her this little seashell wine glass with this Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine poster, and I'm hoping she frames that. It's really cute. I got her some pictures of us that I printed out. I wrote her a little letter, and I got her these earrings that are like meaningful to us. Have some symbolism, if you will. So that's what I shipped out on Wednesday when I filmed this last video, but we're redoing it and we're gonna have a fun time doing that. This morning I was having a bit of an existential crisis because I really wanted to DNF my book, and I never DNF books, but I did in fact DNF Never Whistle at Night. I made that executive decision this morning. I posted a little TikTok vlog and I was literally in crisis mode a little bit, but it's okay, we're moving on. And I started Model Home by River Solomon because it is the Trans Rights Readathon, and I was reading a trans book physically, but I wanted to listen to one as well. It feels like a good decision. As soon as I started Model Home, I was really excited about it, and I wasn't feeling that same level of excitement for Never Whistle at Night. So it feels good to be excited about an audiobook again. I think I just couldn't get in the groove with the Never Whistle at Night because it is a collection of short stories and it's an anthology, and there's different narrators for each of those stories. I just really couldn't find my groove. I didn't ever feel super excited to pick it up, and I also was reading a short story collection, so it just didn't feel like I had a novel to sink my teeth into. I'm excited to be reading Model Home. I think that'll scratch the itch I was missing, and that's what I'll be picking up on audio now. Alright, the fit check for Project Hail Mary is just leggings and this tube top, but we are going to dinner first, so I'm putting a jacket on to make it look a little less casual, I guess. I can't go to the movies in anything other than really comfy clothes, but I think this restaurant is like medium casual, a little above casual, but I feel like this jacket levels it up a little bit. I have a prediction this might be one of my favorite movies. I'm so excited. Okay. That's a fit. I'll probably just wear Uggs with her. One thing about me is I love the movie theater. I love popcorn. I eat popcorn every single day. A lot of the times I prefer microwave popcorn, and I don't know why I'm going on this rant about popcorn. I think I'm just really excited. See you at dinner, and then let's go to the movies. We're going with a pretty big group, and they've all read the book, so I'm really excited. Our show time is like almost 9, so it's gonna be a late night for me. just got out of seeing Project Hail Mary in theaters, and I am speechless. It feels like peak movie magic, which sounds cheesy. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like the perfect movie that you must see in a theater, and it's such a faithful, good adaptation from what I can recall. I read the book maybe over 2 years ago at this point, but it felt so faithful and similar to what I was picturing. There were key moments from the book that were in the movie so well, and I'm kind of speechless. It had such a good balance of like, I'm crying, but also then I'm giggling like an absolute fool. I've seen so much press for this movie. I've seen so many good reviews for this movie, and I think it's so well deserved. I also am like very passionate about reading the book first. I am sad. Like, the feeling of going into the book completely blind is something I am so grateful that happened to me. I'm so grateful I did it that way, because I think that made my experience like 10 times better as well. But I would highly recommend the movie. Not only is it a movie that's so perfect to see in theaters, but it's also a movie that I want to rewatch again and again and again. I feel like it's one of those that I'm gonna like keep coming back to. It just felt so magical and extreme and fun, and it was so sci-fi, and it was so silly too, even though like the entire world is at stake. It's literally midnight now. We had a little bit of a later movie time, and I'm just gonna go get in bed. As far as what I read today, I read, well, combined, like, again, I wanted to do this on a weeknight, but since it's Friday night, we gotta go see a movie together, so that's fine. But on, you know, my normal weekday, I read like 3 or 4 chapters total. I read a little bit of Never Whistle at Night via audiobook, and then I read Transmogrify physically in the evening, and then today I DNF'd Never Whistle at Night. And I think it's a me problem. Like, it's a me problem. I really think it's just because I was reading 2 short story collections at once. I was listening to the audiobook, and I wouldn't probably recommend the audiobook of that one, and it's a me problem, I know it, but I DNF'd it, which I need some positive reinforcement, because that feels so wrong. I feel stressed even vocalizing that I did that. I haven't fully come to terms with it, but we're doing it. I gotta stay true on that. I started Model Home by River Solomon, and I read 4 chapters of that, and the chapters were really quick, and I just listened to them on my commute. And that's a pretty generic reading day. I'm gonna go just get ready for bed, and it's very rare that I don't just read at least a few pages before bed. It's like the perfect wind down, not on my phone. So I almost always pick up my Kindle before I close my eyes for the night. But that's a wrap. Let me know if you want to see more day in the life. It was really fun to film, and I appreciate your support so very much. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you around soon. Happy reading.